Down in Atlanta, the Miami Dolphins claimed their second win of the year.
On your marks, special coverage of the Miami 300 race.
And Balls and Booze, a local soccer event with a spooky twist. All of this and more on The Sideline. Hello, South Florida, and welcome to The Sideline, the place where you get all the highlights for your South Florida teams. I'm Laura Iglesias.
And I'm Nicolette Esper, and The Sideline starts now. The Dolphins finally got back in the win column, and they dominated the Falcons from start to finish.
Yes, and Tua Tagovailoa looked locked in, 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and he did it wearing a visor after waking up with an eye swollen shut.
But he did manage to connect with Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Malik Washington, and Ollie Gordon II, keeping the offense moving all game. And on defense, Miami held Bijan Robinson to just 25 rushing yards and forced a crucial fumble in the third quarter. With no turnovers and a complete team effort, the Dolphins took down Atlanta 34-10.
Next up, Miami gets a quick turnaround hosting the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night.
And coming off that win, I'm still shaken after the Knicks lost. But for Miami fans, it was a great Sunday. The Heat took control late in the third quarter, going on a 23-6 run that built a comfortable lead. Norman Powell led the way with 29 points. Bam Adebayo added 19 and 13 rebounds, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. contributed 17 off the bench. Miami also dominated the boards and kept New York's fast break points in check, making it hard for the Knicks to even come back. In the end, the Heat finished strong, beating New York 115-107, and they're staying in Miami to host the Charlotte Hornets tomorrow night.
The Miami Hurricanes played the Stanford Cardinals, proving that they had a comeback to make. The talk about the game was Mark Fletcher Jr. making 3 career-high touchdowns, leaving Miami coach Mario Cristobal to comment that Fletcher showed why he's such a great player. The game did start off with Stanford leading, but this did not last very long, as the Hurricanes completely dominated the rest of the game, cruising to a 42-7 victory at Hard Rock Stadium. This win moved them to be 6-1 on the season and 2-1 in ACC play, while Stanford dropped 3-5. The Hurricanes will look to carry that momentum into the next matchup at SMU, while Stanford will be back at home against Pitt.
And our Miami fans celebrate once again this weekend after a positive start to the MLS playoffs. The Herons took down Nashville SC 3-1 to begin the first round, 2 goals from Lionel Messi, the Golden Boot winner, after 29 goals in 28 regular season games. Tadeo Allende added a goal as well. Miami and Nashville will meet again Saturday night as Inter Miami moves on with a win.
And the Florida Panthers took on Sin City's very own Golden Knights, going head-to-head in the Emirates Bank Arena. The game was a complete shutout from the Panthers that they took control of the rink, giving their very best performance of this early season. Sergei Bobrovsky was nearly flawless in net, stopping all 17 shots. He faced to record his 50th career regular season shutout. AJ Greer sealed the win midway through the period. The Panthers outshot Vegas 26-17 and looked sharp defensively, keeping the Golden Knights from finding any rhythm. The final score was Florida Panthers 3, Vegas Golden Knights 0. Next up, the Panthers host the Anaheim Ducks tomorrow night.
Well, it's time to gear up for the annual Farah Homestead 300.
And Kaplan's Dylan Pasay has more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very lively and breezy Homestead Miami Speedway, where the Farah Racing Series has once again returned for their iconic Homestead 300. Is a racing series that gives small series the spotlight with their iconic Farah Formula and Farah Pro Spec Miata classes as the headliners. But with no Formula cars on the property, it was up to the Spec Miata drivers to deliver a show. And youth took a shot at age with 17-year-old Christian Meyer finishing second in both the Saturday Sprint and the Sunday morning race.
It feels great. A lot goes into making a podium finish here. There's a lot of hard competition. Makes me feel accomplished, for sure. sure. Yeah, no, it definitely is a balance for sure. I go to full-time high school, so it's a lot to balance, but so far so good. Been doing it for a while, so.
After finishing 4th on Saturday, Todd Burris was determined to get through the pack, and he drafted his way to victory Sunday morning and talked about the tough competition in Spec Miata.
It's a chess match. Yesterday, 3rd, 4th, and 5th finished in the same 100th. 1st and 2nd finished in the same 1,000th. You first start the race and you're so close with cold tires, things can happen. Somebody slips and falls back to 5th, got to work their way back up, and that's extremely difficult in this class because everybody's got the same exact stuff. So it makes it really, really hard.
The FARA Homestead 300 brought some action-packed racing back to Homestead Miami Speedway. They'll be right back December 19th for the FARA Race of Champions to end the FARA racing season. I'm Dylan Pazet reporting for Kaplan News.
The FIU Panthers women's soccer team celebrated Senior Day at Levi Family Field.
Yeah. Sidelines Marcus Cleofet has more on this special event.
Thanks, Desk. It's not only FIU's last regular season game against Missouri State, it is also their senior day, where every senior gets appreciated for their contribution to the program, but also as an athlete.
As seniors walk towards the middle of the pitch, taking pictures and saying thank you, they are giving appreciation for what they have accomplished in their years of being an FIU Panther.
It's been a journey. We've been going through this process since she was very young with club soccer, through all the trips for club soccer, and it's just been an awesome experience to see her accomplish her goals.
As they have their last hurrah, they take in the moments they had over the years with FIU Panthers.
It feels good, bittersweet. We've achieved so much on this field, and to play our last game, it's hard to take it all in, but I'm proud of everything we did on this field.
As parents and friends cheer on their athletes, they also cheer on the competitiveness of the match between them and Missouri State. With the help of Grace Morris, Montaline Diamond was able to find the back of the net to draw it at a 1-1 score.
Hardship FIU went through, they did end up in a draw with Missouri State. FIU now has finished their regular season and is going on to the Conference USA playoffs. My name is Marcus Cleofet, and this is reporting for the Sideline.
Well, it's time for our favorite segment, Biggest W and L's of the Week, where we discuss our biggest wins and biggest losses of the week in the past. So this week, my biggest win of the week goes to the Miami Dolphins. Surprising, right?
Yep.
But it's just about because they finally got their rhythm back. Tua and Jalen Waddle were locked in from the jump. It felt like that Alabama chemistry all over again. And, you could just tell they've been trying to find their groove ever since Tyreek went down earlier this season. And this week, they finally did. They completely dominated the Falcons 34-10. And for the first time in weeks, that offense kind of just looked comfortable. And look, I'm not going to lie. As someone who's got Waddle on my fantasy team, I was grinning the whole game. Dude dropped almost 21 points for me and my team. So it was one of those games where you could just feel the energy shift. And Miami is back. Something we haven't seen in a while. So if Tua and Waddle keep playing like that, the Dolphins are about to just kind of maybe start turning some heads.
Definitely. They're starting to maybe show us that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
For sure.
So for my W for this week, I'm going to have to give it to the LA Dodgers. They really showed us that they can give us hope as well. They lost game 1, but they truly did bounce back in a big way to even things up with the Toronto Blue Jays. After dropping, like I said, game 1, the Dodgers responded with a statement win in game 2, taking down the Blue Jays 5-1 to tie the game of the 2025 World Series. The story of the night and my favorite part was pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who threw an absolute gem. The rookie sensation went the distance, tossing the game complete with 8 strikeouts, no walks, and just 4 hits allowed. His command on the mound completely shut down Toronto's lineup and reminded everyone why LA is invested so heavily in him this offseason. With the victory, the Dodgers not only evened the series, but also shifted the momentum heading into Game 3, which now heads to Los Angeles, where they'll play at the LA Dodgers Stadium.
My biggest L probably a couple weeks back was the Yankees losing to the Jays, but hey, I'm going for the Dodgers, Go 2-Pete, right? Switching over to my biggest L has to be easy, the New York Knicks, as I mentioned earlier. I'm a diehard fan, we know this, but this one kind of just hurts. We just beat Boston, our most hated rival, 105-95 in Madison Square Garden when it was rocking. Everybody was talking about how this team is different this year. You know, they showed out last year. And then we go down to Miami and get smacked 115-107. I don't even understand how you make that, and that is a follow-up statement with a win like that for Miami. Let's be real, Miami didn't even have Tyler Hero, and this should have been a take care of business kind of game. Instead, Norman Powell looked like prime Dwayne Wade. Bam was dominating, and the Knicks defense just completely disappeared. I was sitting there thinking, what are we doing? Screaming at my TV, and then to make it worse, the Jets, who haven't won a game all season, pull off a 39-38 win over the Bengals, and I just don't understand how we let the Jets win before the Knicks show up in Miami. I mean, as a New York fan, I'm embarrassed, I'm frustrated, and of course, most of all, I'm just tired of the false hope that the New York teams just continue to give out. I mean, Knicks, you can't beat Boston and then fold to Miami. So that's my biggest L of the week. No questions asked.
Oh yeah, Nikki, I know that hurt you. You know what hurt me this weekend? The El Clasico was a huge disappointment for Barcelona, and honestly for anyone expected that this team would show some real fight. Real Madrid walked away with the 2-1 win, and once again Barca looked flat when it mattered the most. But the biggest letdown of the night, Lamine Yamal. I've praised him before. He has been in my past W's with his energy and creativity, but yesterday he just did not show up. His touches were off, and he looked like he was honestly just lost on the ball, and every time Barcelona needed a spark, he disappeared. You can't have that kind of performance in a big game, not from the one that you're supposed to make a difference. Real Madrid's defense looked completely locked down, but the biggest reason why this is my L is because of their lack of response. No urgency, no edge, just frustration, and that just boiled me after that win. After the final win, when Dani Carvajal confronted Yamal, a moment that summed up Barcelona's entire night.
Absolutely. I mean, we're frustrated as fans, but I wouldn't want to see what either of those locker rooms looked like after that. But we need to take a break, so stick around. Here's what's next on the sideline. Miami is getting a kick out of this special Halloween-themed soccer event. Sideline will take a timeout and return right after the break.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To
get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Now let's head to another soccer field where a Halloween-themed tournament is scoring big with the local community.
We have Sidelines Raquel Kirk, who is there to capture all the fun at the Balls and Booze game.
Spooky season is in full swing here in Miami, and soccer enthusiasts are gathering together here at the soccer complex for the Balls and Boo game.
A co-ed celebration hosted by a recently renovated soccer complex that only required a passion for the sport and a great costume. Players of all ages geared up for an afternoon full of friendly competition in a back-to-back 3-hour tournament. The goal was to win, of course, but in reality, the true winners were those who got to connect with their local community.
I truly believe that community creates connection, and events have the power to either change someone's life or give someone something to look forward to. And I saw kind of like an opportunity to do this in the space, right? Because we see all these run clubs and coffee events. I'm like, wait a minute, where are the soccer events?
Connecting over a shared love for soccer and Halloween fosters a sense of community that many value deeply, helping people build new friendships and strengthen local connections.
With our community, you can walk this life individually, but at some point it's going to get difficult. But when you're with the community, that's something super powerful for you. So community definitely helps you. Even in times that, you're just struggling, you come together, take your mind off things, for example, like this, and just enjoy life.
From costumes, community, and competition, the love for Halloween does not stop here. It only gets more creative. I'm Raquel Kirk reporting for Sideline.
All right, we're going to toss it over because it's time for this week's game picks.
And Sideline Sarah Mallorca gives us her insight on what's to come.
Hey guys, and let's get into today's game picks. The Miami Dolphins are coming off a spectacular win in Atlanta against the Falcons. Both sides of the ball were on fire. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they held a high-rated defense to just 1 touchdown. But now they've got a short week hosting the Baltimore Ravens, who just smacked the Chicago Bears, and Lamar Jackson is back from injury. I'm super proud of the Dolphins' win, but I don't think it was enough for me to choose Miami over Baltimore. So give me the Ravens. The Miami Heat are back at the Kaseya Center taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Both teams are 2-1, and this is their first matchup of the season. The Heat have been solid at home and continue to play a strong defense, but Charlotte's quick tempo and shooting can make this one close. Still, I think Miami pulls it off in front of the home crowd. Give me the Heat in a close game. Lastly, Inter Miami faces Nashville SC in the second leg of the MLS playoffs. These two have already faced each other twice this season, and Inter Miami came out on top both times. I don't see that changing now. They're locked in, confident, and ready to move forward. So I'm taking Inter Miami to beat Nashville and move on in the playoffs. That's it for today's game picks. I'm Sara Mallorca, and now back to you guys in the studio.
And just a reminder that if you want to keep up with updates, fun segments, and more from our crew, you can follow our Instagram for all things Sideline. You can follow us at sideline.kaplan. And that's all the time we have today. I'm Nicolette Esper.
And I'm Laura Iglesias. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on next week on The Sideline.